The Senate Armed Services Committee convened. All eyes were on Pete Hegseth. The Fox News personality, a familiar face to millions, was now facing a different kind of scrutiny. Hegseth had been nominated by President Trump to be Secretary of Defense. This was his confirmation hearing. And things were about to get heated. Democratic Senator Mazie Hirono was ready. Known for her sharp questioning, Hirono had a reputation for not holding back. Her interactions with Trump nominees were often tense. This hearing would be no different. The room crackled with anticipation as Hirono began her line of questioning. Hegseth, a decorated veteran, had served in the military. He had been a vocal supporter of Trump's policies. But would his experience and ideology be enough to satisfy the committee? Hirono clearly had her doubts. The hearing was about to become must-see TV. Hirono wasted no time. She zeroed in on Hegseth's past statements, particularly those made on Fox News. Some were controversial, even inflammatory. Had he truly meant what he said? Or were those just the opinions of a commentator, not a future cabinet member? Then came the questions that ignited a firestorm. Hirono pressed Hegseth on hypothetical scenarios. Would he, as Secretary of Defense, invade Greenland if ordered by the president? What about seizing control of the Panama Canal? These were not theoretical exercises for Hirono. They cut to the heart of civilian control of the military. Hegseth pushed back. He argued that he would never disclose confidential conversations with the president. He emphasized his military experience, his understanding of the chain of command. But Hirono wasn't backing down. She wanted to know if Hegseth would blindly follow orders, even if he believed them to be illegal or immoral. The hearing room was buzzing. Hirono's questions about Greenland and the Panama Canal sent shockwaves through the media. Was she grandstanding, or was she raising legitimate concerns about Hegseth's judgment? Critics were quick to pounce. They accused Hirono of being out of line, of engaging in political theater. They argued that her questions were absurd, designed to embarrass Hegseth rather than assess his fitness for office. Social media exploded with outrage, but supporters of Hirono applauded her tough stance. They pointed out that Hegseth had made numerous controversial statements in the past. They argued that Hirono had a duty to hold him accountable, to ensure that he understood the gravity of the position he sought. Section 4. Social media erupts a firestorm of criticism. The #Hegseth hearing was trending nationwide. Opinions were divided, but the anger was palpable. Conservative commentators slammed Hirono, accusing her of being unpatriotic and disrespectful to the military. They called for her censure, even her resignation. On the other side of the aisle, liberals praised Hirono for her courage. They argued that she was simply doing her job, holding a powerful nominee accountable. They pointed out the hypocrisy of conservatives who had cheered on Trump's attacks on his own critics. The hearing had become a Rorschach test, reflecting the deep divisions in American society. It was about more than just Pete Hegseth's nomination. It was about the role of the Senate, the limits of free speech, and the future of American democracy. Section 5. The Aftermath. Implications for future hearings. The Hegseth hearing had lasting consequences. It further eroded trust in government, deepening the partisan divide. It also raised important questions about the confirmation process itself. Should senators be allowed to ask hypothetical questions? What is the appropriate level of scrutiny for nominees? These are questions with no easy answers, but they are questions that we, as a nation, must grapple with. The Hegseth hearing was a stark reminder of the challenges facing our democracy. It was a reminder that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And it was a reminder that we must all do our part to protect and preserve our institutions.